If you're in the market for the 24mm, this 24mm f1.4 Sony G Master might be a little bit too expensive for you because it costs $1.4 thousand, I believe. The alternative for you is Viltrox, which is unfortunately only f1.8 lens, but it's still 24mm, still full frame lens. Anyways, if you don't want to spend so much money, this is a good alternative. We're gonna shoot some photos of the same subjects, and we're also gonna shoot B-rolls. And one more thing, at the end of the video, of course, I will tell you a bit about the differences between these two lenses, because the G Master is way better. But it's for you to decide if you wanna, spend the extra cash or just opt out for something like this from Viltrox. Let's see. Honestly, I couldn't tell the difference in sharpness, but there were a couple of things that I saw the differences, and I want to speak about them in this part. And I see four main advantages that the Sony G Master has over the Viltrox. First thing, the f1.4 versus f1.8. You could clearly see in the video that the background is much blurrier. The second thing, the footage is way more smoother on the Sony G Master because it has optical steady stabilization. I was shooting 4K 24 frames per second handheld, no extra devices, and you could see that with the Viltrox there was a bit of shake visible in some parts. The third thing is that Viltrox is not weather sealed. It doesn't have the splash and dust protection. However, the build quality is also really good on the Viltrox because it's fully metal built. Even the bayonet here on the end is also fully metallic, but of course the Sony G Master's build quality is superior. I mean, that's why it costs so much as well, right? The third thing, or the fourth, I already lost the count, is that the Sony G Master has extra buttons like the focus hold button, the manual and autofocus switch. And both of these lenses actually feature this really cool thing, this aperture ring, which I really like. Both of them have a really good autofocus. I didn't feel any difference in the autofocus. Probably the Sony G Master's autofocus is more quiet than the Viltrox one. The Viltrox is actually a little bit smaller and lighter and takes also smaller filter size, 55mm versus 67 on the G Master. So regarding the picture quality, I honestly couldn't tell the difference between the two. Even if you do the pixel peeping, if you zoom into 100%, the only difference that I saw is that Viltrox gives you a quite significant vignetting, and on the Sony G Master you don't see that. But that is a very easy fix, and there's no problems of fixing this because you just fix it in a Lightroom. So all in all, that is a really tough decision for you to make. I think if you are working with the pictures only, I would definitely recommend invest rather in Viltrox and get some other lens, because you will not see that much of a difference, and the depth of field is still really nice even with f1.8 because it's a full frame camera. But for videos, there is a little bit of, kind of thinking you need to do. If you're shooting a lot of handheld and stuff, maybe it's worth for you to go with the G Master, because that is a really good lens and you can't go wrong with it, although it costs quite a lot of money. Viltrox, I stand by it. I think it's also an amazing lens, and I will be using it quite a lot as well. And I think personally I would rather buy 3 of these than one Sony G Master. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. All the links to all the gear is of course in the description. I hope you enjoyed also the B-roll that I made for you and the picture examples. Let me know if you want these kind of videos in future as well. And of course I'll see you on the next video. Keep on creating.